I give you all these caveats. It's not like we take these knives, put the marker on them, find the position, remove the marker, put the stone against it, put the cube on it, and it goes 15.0, and everything is easy. Now comes the interpretive part, the judgmental part. I get to play with microfine adjusters if I have, and I get to dial this in if I choose to. I reapply the marker. I put the stone on it. I get it dialed in where I want it, but I choose, listen to me, I choose the angle I'm going to apply to it and call it. In other words, it was 15.4. I can decide, do I want to make it a 15.5 degree or a 15 degree, and I don't change the knife position, but I do change what I'm accepting to call it, because I want to even it out and I want to keep it simple. I don't want to sharpen this knife at 15.39 on this side and 15.13 on that side. I want to call it 15, or call it 15.25, call it 15.5. Find something that works for me on both sides. And then at that point, I will record that. And at that point, I am setting my angles with a cube, moving the adjusters. I've made the decision that I'm going to call it 15.5. And then all that stuff that I learned, the shifting and this and that, that was an indicator, so that we knew what we are working with, what the guy who made this knife gave us. He gave us an edge that was like 15.5 degrees. Now I adjusted it for my sharpener, whatever you had to do, and I'm going to set my 15 degrees relative to the center line with my sharpening jig, and I'm going to lock it up, and then I'm going to shape the metal to 15 degrees to my clamping position, to my knife with the cube, and all of that is repeatable. I made a decision, I found it, I worked on it, and got an idea, because we're working so precisely. See, about 1/4 degree is close enough for government work, for getting a keen, sharp knife. When you start looking to dial in tighter, then you're already, I like to use the word discerning. You are particular about your edge, and you are looking to either improve your skill or to find your faults by doing everything so particularly well, so documentable, that now it's on you, incumbent upon you, that it's your skill level. You have to step up, because you're already setting the specs, and you have to meet them. That's what we're doing here. So I identified where it is, and now I'm going to fine tune it with my stonework at that angle for this clamping position, and call that in my log what I'm going to call. Now, you don't have to, for me, you want to match it first for the profiling. You don't have to. You can, again, I'll say haphazard, because now it is. If you just throw that knife in there where you think it's good, and you go to town on it with coarse enough stones, if this is the bevel, whether you meet it here or meet it here, eventually you're going to remove enough steel, if you rub hard enough, that you're going to reshape that knife to that angle, to that clamping position. So that's why I say it's haphazard. You may as well have started with a blank knife and set your angle and shape the blank knife as taking somebody's knife that they made a certain way for a certain reason and changing it. Unless you already know through your experience that that change is what you choose to have. I'm trying to give you that way of knowing what you started with and embellishing on it by sharpening it better than you got it out of the box. Thanks.